Okay, so just got back from watching The Martian, and I gotta say, having not read the book as much as I wanted to, I kind of really want to read the book now because this movie was pretty freaking awesome. And believe me, the irony is not lost on me that I'm using the cover of the book to review the movie. I know, the irony is not lost on me. So, what do I say about The Martian? It's a perfect example of Mars doesn't need aliens to kill you. Mars can kill you pretty easy on its own. This movie is very uplifting. I mean, yeah, there are some moments where you just hit some down moments, and there are just some really this is a very uplifting movie. And in an era as, kind of shitty times we've been living in, you gotta, admit that this was pretty good. Now, some people have said that maybe there's too much comedy in here. To which I say, I'm okay with the amount of comedy we see in this movie. It's not like over the top and hits you in the head. The comedy really works to work out some levity, or, the main thing about the character of Mark Watney, played by Matt Damon, is that he's using a lot of this comedy to keep himself from going insane. Because he's alone for pretty much the entirety of the movie. A lot of people have used this comparison, and it really works, is that it's Castaway in space. That is the perfect explanation. I know a lot of people have used it, and it works because, like I said, it's Castaway in space. So Mark Watney's got to use this humor to help him get through it. And there is some humor, on Earth and the other crew that accidentally left him behind, and they basically, they use this to kind of help them along, or else they'll go crazy. I think one of my favorite lines is that Mars will tremble where Mark says, "Mars will tremble in fear of my botany powers." Yeah. And that's the thing, it's like, he sciences the shit out of everything. And it's amazing. I want to hear, Neil deGrasse Tyson or Bill Nye the Science Guy's, 2 bits on this, to see if this could actually work. I mean, yeah, and this is really good sci-fi. And it kind of makes you sit back and think, as my dad said as we left the theater. I saw this with my dad and my sister. As we were leaving the theater, he actually said to me, "Why aren't we doing this? Seriously, why aren't we should be out colonizing Mars and, looking to make, Saturn our bitch," or something like that. But yeah, it's, I want to go through the cast real quick, because everyone here fires on all cylinders. There's no real villain. I know in some of the trailers it is kind of looked at that, what's his name? Something Daniels. Jeff Daniels, I think. In some of the trailers they portray him to be an asshole. He's not really, because he's the director of NASA, and he knows if they screw this up, they will lose funding. And if you've seen the funding, for NASA now, it's not good. So I can only imagine what future NASA's like, in terms of budgeting. So, again, everyone's great in here. Kate Mara, thank God you got to do a good science fiction movie this year. You can, somewhat get that, black stain that is Fantastic Four out of you. Also, I find it hilarious that her love interest in this movie, even though they don't really go into it, her love interest is Sebastian Stan. So, yeah, Winter Soldier hooked up with the Invisible Woman. I find that hilarious. Oh, man. But again, everyone is great in here. You get to see Donald Glover, you get to see, Sean Bean, who didn't die in this movie. There's also a great Lord of the Rings joke that I couldn't help but laugh at, because, again, Sean Bean's in the scene, and they called it Project Elrond, and I laughed at that. I was like, he's funny because Sean Bean is there, and he was Boromir. Oh, oh man. I know I'm spoiling some things here and there, but I don't really want to spoil this movie, because there's a lot in here that you really need to see to really just appreciate. Again, actually, let me talk about something I should be talking about right now. Ridley Scott. Yeah, I am so glad that this is the Ridley Scott that I know from Alien and Blade Runner, not the one from, Prometheus and Robin Hood. This is this is the Ridley Scott I'm hoping to see again in Alien Paradise Lost. And with David Lindelof off doing something else, Yeah, hopefully I can see that. And also, Drew Goddard, man, you are really going places here. I mean, you were the showrunner for Daredevil. I think he's back being the showrunner for Daredevil. And, yeah, this was adapted from a screenplay he wrote. And, yeah, Drew Goddard, he's becoming a name. If this doesn't make him, like, a bigger name than he already is, I will be shocked. But, yeah, and Ridley Scott, you really know how to shoot some scenes. Because there are just some I really hope this thing gets some Oscar noms. I'm pretty sure it is. I'm pretty sure The Martian's going to get some Oscar noms here and there. But I think that it would be a crime if this doesn't get, like, at least something, at least a nomination, because at least for cinematography, because Jesus, there is some great cinematography. I was watching this in the IMAX, and there are just some great sweeping shots of just the the Mars, the quote-unquote Mars landscape, and I'm just like, wow. There's even some great scenes up in space that are just like, wow. Oh. But there's just so much in here. When it needs to, when this movie gets to be dire, it really, you really do feel on edge. You really do feel the highs and lows that the character of Mark Watney feels. And again, I got to give credit to Matt Damon. I think out of everyone else, I think Matt Damon, because again, there are scenes where he just had to sell it by himself. So, yeah, you do feel, you do kind of go through the same emotions he does. When he's on an all-time high, you're on an all-time high. When he's on an all-time low, you are on an all-time low. So again, I think out of, like, everyone gave a great performance, don't get me wrong, but I feel like Matt Damon, because again, there were, whole scenes that he had to carry by himself, and yeah, I really feel like he really knew how to carry those scenes. So, yay! Oh, man. This film was awesome. I highly recommend it. I know there's a lot of great films coming out. Obviously, we still had Black Mass out. You got Sicario out. You've got The Walk out. But I think, and granted, I haven't seen those movies as of yet, but if you're going to check out a movie, check this out. Seriously, go check out The Martian first and foremost, because you'll, honest to God, not be disappointed seeing this film. I think you'll really enjoy it. And again, I haven't read the book. I want to. I really want to. Especially now I've seen the movie. I'm really, really excited to see... I'm really excited to go try to find the book and go read this for myself. So, yeah. So you guys tell me, what did you guys think of The Martian? Did you guys like it? Did you guys hate it? Just comment below, let me know if you've already seen it, and yeah, hope you all enjoyed this review, and I will see you guys later.